Hello and welcome to our new moon tarot card reading for the total solar eclipse, new moon in Aries that is happening on Monday, April the 8th. There is going to be a message coming through for you whenever you tune into this. So if it's during this eclipse portal, that's fantastic. If it is for you later, trust the message when it arrives. This is a timeless transmission in a portal of the eclipse where magic happens. I am going to pull 3 cards and just do a very informal energy reading of what the cards are showing me. We'll do one for the individual now, one for the collective now, and one for the potential, highest potential for the next lunar cycle. So from this new moon in Aries until the next new moon, which will be in Taurus. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. The sun has just come out after a really big storm, and there may be quite a bit of play of the light during our time together. So let it inform you and activate you and be a transmission that your soul brought you to this video to receive. Okay, we're going to play. All right, so let's do the individual now first. In the sign of Aries, we are beginning a whole new zodiac cycle. The new moon is always about beginnings, and in the sign of Aries with the total solar eclipse, it's amplified beginnings. And so I'm going to try not to talk too much about the last readings and focus on this new energy, this new beginning. All right, individual now. I'm going to go just for a second longer. Mixing up the energy here. 7 of Swords. Isn't that perfect? It's a full moon in this one, but yeah, new moon. 7 of Swords, the individual now. I love that it's just one person also all by themselves. The collective now. What is happening collectively on our planet at this time? Absolutely. 100%. That is so perfect. The Empress, a birthing of a whole new reality, the beginning of a new zodiac cycle. Oh my gosh, perfection. Perfection. And the highest potential for the next lunar cycle for all of us. If we choose to do it, to tap into it, to open the potential for it. Page of Wands. This is so fun. I pulled this card. I love the alignment. I pulled this card for the Insight Timer Live with Vivi event that I did yesterday for the in-between, the time that we are in right now. And I said, we are the ones that are the alchemy, the alchemist of our own energy. We're the ones that throw the energy up in the air and then magnetize towards us something different. So I love that that showed up as the highest potential for the next lunar cycle. I would also say that's probably a little wink from the universe that Insight Timer is a great app for you to sign up for if you haven't yet, because I am having so much fun playing there, and there are so many incredible teachers and guides and healers, and it is just the coolest little vortex of magic. And yeah, it's $60 a year. I mean, come on, it's crazy. Anyway, a little plug for Insight Timer. Okay, the 7 of Swords. Let's dive into this reading together. Individual now, what do you notice? What grabs your attention first? Hold it so you can really see all the detail. How does it make you feel? Allow your soul to show you whatever you are here to receive from this card. I will offer my interpretation. It'll give you some words, some structure, but what is this card saying to you individually? So when I look at it in the context, my ear, in the context of the full moon lunar eclipse that we just had in Libra, the sign of relationships, partnerships, beauty, sensuality. Libra to me is art and just magic. In the sign of Libra, at the full moon, we had an eclipse portal open. And I believe it offers us, any eclipse, offers us the opportunity for awareness, ahas, insight into whatever the zodiac sign is that the eclipse happens in. So what ahas have you been offered? Comfortable or uncomfortable? What ahas have you been offered about your relationships? Any relationship, whichever one comes to mind. In that illumination, what I see in this card today, and I haven't seen it this way before, is in that illumination, take a knee. Like, humble yourself, put yourself under the illumination of the full moon and be like, tell me what it is I need to know. What is it I'm here to learn? I surrender. That's how I see this card right now. It's like, okay, give it to me. What is it that I, the individual soul in the human journey that I chose to take, what is it I came here to learn? And how is my relationship, whichever one pops up, how is my relationship showing me, illuminating in me, whatever it is that I need to know next? Humble yourself. Be open to being humbled, because anytime you ask your higher self, God, source, the universe, your guides to show you something, they will. And it won't always be what you like. Often it will be the thing you don't really want to see. And you'll be like, are you kidding me? Like, that's what you want to show me? Yeah. So what do we do with that? What do we do with that? Well, look at this little bird in the front. Rah, 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 squawking away. I feel like this card is saying, ignore the collective chatter and be by yourself in that process. Come into yourself. Communicate in whatever ways you and your higher self, your consciousness, your guides communicate. I just created the Guys Love podcast, and I was saying, here's an assignment. So I guess I'll say it here also. Here's an assignment. Journal. Write. Allow your consciousness to move through your hands onto paper and ask, like, if I am being, if my next work or evolution or growth or understanding of myself as a soul in a human body is being illuminated for me, what is it that I'm meant to see? What do I do? How do I move through this time? And you could do this, during this eclipse portal time, which will probably go for another couple weeks. I know our astrologists say it'll go for 6 months, but I think the intensity of it is probably for the next couple of weeks. Or you might get this years from now and watch this video and be like, oh my gosh, what was happening in my life in April of 2024? And can I go back through the threads and unravel whatever was sort of that you weren't ready yet, maybe, to take a knee to, that you weren't ready to sit in the illumination and move through. It's never too late, I believe, to find clarity and to accept the illumination from our higher self and our guides. It doesn't matter how many years go by. It's never too late. If you're receiving this message now, sit down now in this portal of time. The next few days are the dark days before the new moon. I'm recording this on Thursday and the new moon is on Monday. These are the days to go inward, to sit in the unknown, the darkness, and feel what is true for ourselves. Allow our consciousness to illuminate for us. Allow the activation of the full moon 2 weeks ago to illuminate for us. Swords, to me, 7 of Swords, are also about cutting through the BS, cutting through the forgetting, the illusion, the projections, the doubt, the fear, slicing through that and getting to the core of whatever the nugget is for us to look at. It's big work. It's important work. It's why we're here. Let's look at the collective now. The collective now. What does this card say to you? We've got another full moon at the top. Look at that. I do believe there's so much right now about the portal that opened on the full moon and will close with the eclipse on the new moon. Essentially, it will close. So what do you notice about this image? How does it make you feel? Where is your attention drawn first? It's so funny because today, normally I go right to the womb. I'm like, oh, it's the world. And she's birthing the world and it's magnificent and it's Gaia, it's consciousness, it's so cool. And today I look at this and I see like the calm peacefulness of her face. She's just either tidying her hair or putting a flower in her hair or putting on an earring. She's just, birthing a world, just doing the thing. And then there's this cape of water on her back, which feels like the ocean's consciousness. This deck, by the way, the Lightseer Tarot has a website, and you can go onto her website, and there's a whole page for each card. So you can look up the Empress and just go through the description, the journal prompts, and dive in even deeper. You can do that with the Seven of Swords and then this Empress card, and it'll give you so much more information and also a different perspective than what I'm offering right now. When I see this, it feels like a cape, an elegant jacket that you put on, not because you need it, but because it's beautiful, because it's fun and elegant. She seems so elegant to me today. I really love that. I feel like that's the tides of time, the movement of the emotions. The ocean and the moon are so connected, and that's all connected to our human emotional landscape. And I feel like this figure, Gaia consciousness, that's birthing this whole new version of reality or new version of being a human in this energy field of Gaia. I feel like she's just inviting us into being in the beauty of this moment of consciousness. Like, yeah, I'm just going to tidy my hair, move the tides of times and your emotions, and play with the moon and play with the oceans, and create a beautiful shift for the collective, because this was the collective card. I'm just going to be here in the beauty and the magic of it. Whatever your experience is within that is up to you. That's what I feel. She's in her own journey. And she's like, okay, so maybe another way to look at it is, if this is the consciousness of Gaia, the bigger energy that is our planet's awareness, the energy field through which all souls choose to come into, that make an agreement with the energy field, the bubble in which we get to have our human journey. If that's the image of that, that's Gaia, then right here would be all 8 billion of us. So we can look at Gaia like watching us as a consciousness, watching us like the eye looking at what's happening in here. And she's like, yeah, do what you're going to do. I'm just putting a flower in my hair, and I'm moving the tides and the oceans and the communication with the moon, and you all just do what you're going to do in there, because I have my own intention, my own total solar eclipse that's happening in Aries, which is the sign of new beginnings. Like, I'm doing my own thing, and you all are just sort of hanging out inside of the womb. And also, I absolutely believe, as I look at this card, how peaceful the consciousness of Gaia is, how much love and compassion our planet has for our human density, our human struggles, our human journey with the emotions and the ups and the downs and the conflict and the peace and just the whole range of it. I just feel Gaia so compassionate for this human experience, and aware that something new is about to begin. Because the highest potential for the next lunar cycle is this. The Page of Wands. I can hear in my head, like, we are turning the page. We are starting a new chapter. We are writing a new book. And we're throwing it all up in the air to see what we create, what we manifest when that wand comes back down. So what do you notice about this figure? Like the colors, the movement? How does it make you feel? What do you think is going to happen with the wand when the wand comes back down? My daughter was a baton twirler when she was in high school, and or flags, and I can't tell you how many times the flag would fall, and she's like, "Ur," and how many times she caught it, and she was so good, and she could twirl that thing like nobody's business. It was amazing. I feel like this card is playful and fun, and inviting us to do our work, to do our taking a knee, humbling, coming into our own experience, and then throw the energy up in the air and see what we want to manifest and create. From this to this. Knowing that collectively we are being held in this. I mean, that's a pretty beautiful message. Feels very simple, very clear. So what do we want to say about the highest potential for the next lunar cycle? Page of Wands. What I feel also is the page, the reference to the page. Write down, get a page in your journal or get a journal. Maybe that's the next step for you. Go buy a journal. Even if it's just a little, dollar notebook from the dollar store, get a journal and start writing. And allow yourself to take the illumination that's coming through from yourself, your guides, the universe. Take that and then look at it from a different perspective. Stand up, walk around, come sit back down, feel the words differently, move the words around. Imagine you're seeing it from the other person's perspective, or you're looking in a mirror and it's reflecting back to you. Like, play with turning the energy physically, visually, however it flows for you. Turn the energy around and then write again and see what comes through the next time. See what flows through. Your hand is going to move the energy when you're clear on your intention. And if your intention is, I want to understand from a different perspective, I want to alchemize the energy, I want to transmute whatever this thing is that's coming up for me, the full moon in Libra with the eclipse, any gunk in relationships, I want to transmute that and actually step into the joy and the play of our relationship. What do I need to see or know? How do I do that? In the live call yesterday in the Insight Timer, the card that one of the women got when I was pulling cards was playfulness from the Osho Zen deck. And it was such a clear, perfect answer. It was, what's in the highest good of your relationship? Playfulness. Play. And it wasn't play only if the other person invites you to play. It was be in the frequency, in the feeling, the vibe of playfulness, which is joy just emanating from your heart, just bubbles of light and joy and bliss and play and fun. Feel that, be that through your heart chakra, and be that in your relationship. Even if the other person isn't a match to you in that way yet, your steadiness, your flow of love and play and it's contagious. It ripples, and it's so much more powerful than the Eeyore negative cloud of rain making life so hard. We always have a choice of how we want to be in this human experience, always. And there are moments where the pain and the grief and the sadness is what we're in. And there are also moments we get stuck in that. There are moments that we hold on to that pain and that story. And I feel like this full moon is saying, really sit and look at yourself in all of these relationships. What is true? Not what do we project? How do we make ourselves a victim of anything? Like, in your power, in your Seven of Swords, cut through all the BS and look at yourself. And from that, how do you transmute it? How do you move through it? It's such an exciting time if we are willing to be honest with ourselves and do the work. Do the work. A total solar eclipse is going to amplify whatever it is that is happening in that sign at that new moon. So we can amplify the pain and the suffering and the struggle, and we will continue to have it, plus probably more. We can amplify the resistance and the belief that it's just going to be difficult and hard and it won't ever change, and we will reinforce that. Or we look within ourselves, we clear the suffering, we clear the places that we're stuck, and we choose in every moment, because we always have those micro choices, we choose to pay attention to our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs, our actions, our words, and we choose the highest frequency we can access in the moment. To me, that frequency is always truth, core truth, coming from kindness and compassion for ourselves and for everyone around us. And when we align with that, and we choose that again and again and again, we're transmuting the energy. We're in alignment with the next expression of what our human journey will become, which to me is going to be about beauty, connection, love, play, bliss. That's where we're headed. So, here's Gaia, just holding space for all 8 billion of us to come to awareness in whatever moment it happens. It's up to you. I am going to stop this now and create an extended video, which will have wisdom from our guides using the Osho Zen deck. And then I will create a meditation, and the extended and the meditation are available for $33 if you want to play a little deeper. If you're on Insight Timer, I have a new moon meditation that's uploading there, which will also be beautiful. And if you want support, because it's a lot, and you're not sure how to get out of some of the stuck energy, I offer activation sessions, which are powerful 1-hour truth love bombs in the best of ways. I wish you the most beautiful weekend. This is going to be an incredible time on our planet, and I'm so excited for all that is arriving.